And now, VermontViews.org contributor Shanta asks you to ponder this.
The unrealistic standards for imperfect beings we call humans. I've been thinking a lot about how we typecast ourselves in each other and how we get stuck in roles either chosen or by default. I had a conversation about this with someone months ago in regards to how we judge each other for falling out of the roles we carry. In this specific conversation, we talked about the fall from a high pedestal of being a superwoman. And if you have a moment where you can't take on what others are expecting of you or what you expect of yourself, the question is raised immediately. What happened to so-and-so? Our observation of unrealistic standards was not just related to this category or role, but to others as well. Whether you are a parent carrying the full burden, a striver who always feels the internal and external pressure to be reaching, an individual trying to get out of the ditch of life, or the one that everyone expects to just ditch out their anger and frustrations on. There are many of us, myself included, quick to flex our anger and show up with pitchforks the moment that someone falls out of the roles they play for us or themselves. For example, I've observed individuals who have been placed in the role of healers or counselors by others. These individuals, and perhaps you are one yourself, are expected to take on the crises of everyone else. They're the ones who get the calls, or they're tasked with helping to solve problems of others until they undergo their own crises or life shifts that keep them from showing up to clock in for that role. The shift is often met with anger, hostility, and a reminder to the individual of their role. You used to do X. What happened? A few weeks ago, I had an encounter that forces me to say that enough is enough with typecasting ourselves and others. We can create victims, heroes, and any role in between, placing our baggage at someone's doorstep because of our expectation and dis-ease. When others disappoint us, basically falling out of the role that we have cast, we need to allow them the space to be human. This is the same rule we need to use when we fall out of the high pedestals that we create for ourselves. We complain about what is or isn't when it comes down to one main factor, or at least a main factor. We need to allow flexibility of being human and allow people to show up, even when they make the mistake of falling out of the boxes we fashion for them. We also need to ask ourselves the bigger question of why have we created unrealistic systems of perfection for beautifully imperfect beings, such as ourselves.